Hello, fabulous superstar Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2018. Looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. Early in the month, pretty much right out of the gate, around the 4th of the month, give or take a day on either side, depending on where you are on the planet. Well, that is when Venus will officially go retro. So this is very exciting. It is one of those turning point moments that a lot of us are going to be reflecting back on in the months ahead. So I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get forward in the video towards the love section, but do keep in mind, for you in particular, because communication is so highlighted at this time, you just want to watch how it is you are using your words and how it can be interpreted in all matters of money, of love, of beauty. Because this is where chances are things aren't as clear as it seems, whether it is information you are receiving or giving. A few days later, there is a new moon happening in a financial part of your sky. It has to do with money you spend and money that you earn. This new moon will be speaking with Pluto in a conversation of some tension. This is going to be an important time to watch as well. I feel as I look at this energy that it can feel like a time when you are very determined to create some sort of a new financial prospect for yourself or new opportunity for yourself. Now, this is great for focus. This energy is wonderful if you know that you are determined to create a change, and you know that a part of that means you're going to summon your energy, summon the sacred power of focus to move yourself in the direction that you desire. But what you want to make sure is that you are practicing self-care at the same time, and that you are surrendering to the process. The other part of this has to do with understanding and seeing through the illusion. And so what I mean by that, allow me to explain. Ultimately, everything that is there in our physical lives, in our lived reality, is there to help us in some way learn sacred spiritual lessons. And at the root of every sacred spiritual lesson that you are going to have as a human being, at the root of it is having to do with moving yourself towards greater love and greater wisdom than you knew before. I think that a lot of people, they get themselves feeling a little bit stressed or get themselves into an energy that is not peaceful, that they can feel almost viscerally as not being peaceful when they get too caught up in the illusion, when they fail to recognize that ultimately this is a dynamic that is playing out, but it is not really about the external circumstance. I share this with you because this can be a powerful time that has you redefining prosperity, redefining abundance in ways that will stay with you for a very long time to come. And this is also about you getting more clear as to what it is that you truly do value. That is wonderful about this energy. It helps you to realize what is superficial in your life and what it is that really matters, and to appreciate how much of what it is that really matters you already have. And it also helps you to be open to all the ways in which you can empower yourself to move forward. But part of that key of moving forward with new financial opportunities in particular, part of that means that you are going to surrender. You're going to do your best and surrender the rest. And you're going to trust that in some way, in the fullness of time, the effort that you put out into the universe will be returned to you. And at the same time, you're going to trust the journey and to recognize that it isn't about some goal that you set. It really isn't. It is ultimately about what circumstances are conspiring and are showing up for you to ultimately move you towards a greater appreciation of the love and the wisdom within you. If you remember that as the forefront, as the main lesson playing out right now, and this can be a powerful time that moves you towards greater abundance. But it's almost as if to have more of whatever it is you feel is worth having, you have to surrender it. You have to sort of realize what matters and what doesn't. And if there is strong desire to make change or to acquire something, that also requires surrender as well. It requires a surrender so that you can understand that really everything that you need is provided to you as you need it. And when you are in that place spiritually, it is amazing how really everything you need has a way of showing up for you. As we move towards the later part of the month, right around the 24th is when we are going to have a full moon. Now, this full moon is happening hand in hand with Uranus, speaking in supreme harmony with Saturn and standing across the sky from Venus. And it is happening in a part of the sky that has to do with your place in the world and has to do with your relationship to the world as well. So for some of you, that will be a very literal thing like travel, like immigration, citizenship. For others, it's going to be a more philosophical journey, whether that's personal, whether that's learning new languages, or whether that's higher education. And yet for others of you as well, this can be a time that brings a focus onto legal matters as well. What I'm especially excited about this energy is that potential for it to, in one sense, bring things to a close, bring things to a fruition, but at the same time leaps you into your future. There is a lot of very lucky energy around this full moon. At the same time, though, as much as it is a leap into the future and a more stable future at that, there's also an inherent fairness here. It is not a windfall that I'm seeing, but more it is a sense that things have changed. You are feeling freer, you are feeling lighter, and you are feeling more focused on your future as a result of knowing what it is that you now understand more fully and where it is that you're ready to allow a healthy closure, a particular situation to come to a close. So for those of you who are engaged in some process of immigration, citizenship, or long distance travel, I just see this as an opportunity for you to receive good news on those fronts. Any trip that you take at this time can end up being deeply meaningful to you. It may end up costing you more than you realize on the financial front, but chances are you'll be having a lot of fun, although you may second guess it a little bit, and at the same time, chances are that it will be one that changes you for a very long time to come in the best possible sense. For those of you who are thinking about engaging in a process of higher learning, or if you are in an institute of higher learning, or even if you're just learning new philosophies, this can be a time when you receive information, where you receive lessons that reach you very deeply, that you're able to make personal, emotional connections to, that change you in meaningful ways. And as I said, if there is an ongoing legal matter in your life, because this is a full moon and it has to do with closures, any ongoing legal matters, well, chances are that they will find a healthy closure, possibly very much by surprise, but ultimately a closure that allows you to feel free and feel like you've put something behind you and now you can move into your future. Where it comes to matters of love, there are a few big things happening this month. Right around the 4th of the month, Venus goes retro. But it is in the last week of the month that she is especially active in the sky. She's reaching out to other power players like Uranus, like Saturn. So there's a lot of surprise energy where it comes to love. You add to this the fact that in the last days of this month, Mars will end shadow. So we've been in this extended Mars retrograde season that a lot of people have felt in terms of attractions to other people. Well, this is going to be a huge exhale for a lot of people, I think, where it just feels like their sense of attraction or sense of just a lot going on, a lot of electricity between potential partners and the partners that you have seems to calm down a lot. But then that Venus kicks in, right? And that Venus has a lot of electricity under the same sky as the end of Mars retrograde season. If you are someone who is open to meeting someone new, I mean, this is a very surprise energy taking place where someone, possibly someone you've been connected to before, or somebody new, sort of popping up for you in forums like social media or online connections become that much more likely. The reality of what you get will be very different than you expected, but that can also be part of the great fun. What I'm also excited about with this energy, though, if you are open to meeting someone new, is that there's a sense of you being able to attract love in ways that feel very synchronistic, very spontaneous. And the romantic moments that seem to stay with you are ones that really you weren't expecting just as you were going about doing your errands, going about your day. It is in those moments that it becomes that much more likely that love and loving moments have a way of just showing up. For those of you in an established bond, this can be a powerful time of communication with your partner. A powerful time of figuring out not only the right words to say, but just having very spontaneous and surprise moments where you get to actually have a talk that may have been a long time coming, that might have been long overdue. You will want to watch your words, because there is this sense of Freudian slip coming forward and just changing everything looking different in just a split second as a result of saying something and then realizing what it is that has been said. But this can actually be really delightful. This can actually be part of what creates more stability for you and your partner going forward. What I love about this week for you, well, there is a lot to love here, but it's got to be that full moon towards the end of the month. That full moon is happening in fellow Earth sign Taurus. And that tells me that you're able to use and maximize this energy that much more. And it also tells me that you are about to feel as if you understand yourself and your place in the world very differently, almost in a revolutionary sense, in a sense that feels empowered, but also feels exciting as you step into a very adventurous and enthusiastic future. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, like right now the Venus retrograde special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.